Breaking records and I'm breaking news. Bitch be pressed like who you? I get whatever I like. Bitch won't bark, but they wanna bite. I got too many for using a mic.
Welcome back, guys. We are on another week of the Terrible No Good podcast. I'm back. Yeah.
We need to get you headphones so you can just hear how loud
You're the one who
are.
turned them all back up.
They're not. If you look at the knobs, they're like halfway down, doofus.
They were halfway down, and then you moved them back up.
Dude, just shut up. We don't like listening to delusional Tennessee fans. So just, man, didn't have to listen to your BS last episode. BS, that's what it is.
Go Knicks, baby.
Dude, quit. Okay. All right, guys, and welcome to the Terrible No Good podcast, where Braden, Ben, and Benji will be giving their terrible, no good opinions / takes. Mainly Benji, though.
That's what I'm here for.
Yeah. I mean, what are you? How far down is he been again? How far down did you say he was in picks?
So our weekly pick'ems were tied at first. Braden and I, and Benji is way down there at 8 picks behind.
I'm still doing better than the ESPN analysts, so so I could care less when I come in.
Fair enough. We are doing better than them, but okay, guys. Normally we've been talking about a lot of football and really nothing else.
Not the good kind of football either.
No, that's the sucky kind. We don't really talk about that sucky kind.
Lingerie football?
Okay, moving on from that. But anyways, let's talk about some NBA. The season opens up Wednesday. My Celtics will be playing. Cannot wait. Romo, quit licking the chair. Quit. Come here. But anyways, so we're going to talk about the NBA. Some of the biggest news that we need to cover, though, has been all over, is James Harden. Why don't you, Ben, what do you think about what James Harden is doing right now?
So I think it's kind of lousy skipping out, but he doesn't want to be there, and he wants to leave. I think Philly should trade him while his value's up, because he did play really well for the most part in the postseason. So I think they should trade him and get something out of him while they can right now. And I'm sure Matt may agree, one of their Philly fans.
Did you say that he played good for the most part?
Yeah, he did.
2 out of 7 games he played good against the Celtics, and the rest were trash.
I don't know about that. I mean, the guy was out there getting assists. He just can't play defense, man.
He can't score.
He
scored in two games. He scored well. He did well. The rest of the other 5, he was garbage. He was hot garbage.
Yeah, but if you look at this, you look at Harden, look at Embiid. Who had more of an impact?
Okay, but Embiid was hurt.
It should be Embiid, though, right?
Embiid was hurt.
Should be, but it wasn't.
And
it was Harden.
I'd still argue that Embiid had more of an impact overall in that series.
No, bro. Nope. Embiid is a 7-foot giant little girl, and he needs to stay on the court, and he can't. I've never seen a 7-footer flop so many times in my entire life. Get a grip, buddy. Play basketball. Use your body. No one could stop him.
I don't know. I wouldn't call him a girl. I think women take a lot more beatings than men do, so. Not that way. We support. I was talking like bedroom type thing, not like.
Well, he's a girl, man. I don't care what people say.
That was terrible, Benji. That was terrible. That was such a bad joke.
I was talking bedroom and it just didn't come out.
Yeah, that's what she said.
But what do you think about Harden?
Yeah, what do you think of Harden?
I saw where he said he wanted to retire a Sixer, so he wanted to retire a Sixer, and they were like, we don't really want you, and then Houston was even like, well, we don't really want you. We don't think you fit well. Feel bad for him. I feel like it's just the league's coming to a point where, like, a lot of great players are just kind of, like, falling off now that we grew up with, and it's kind of sad. They're not getting, like, they're not having, like, a graceful exit. Russell Westbrook, James Harden. Like, I think it's just really, yeah, I mean, there's a lot of great players that just aren't getting graceful exits, which, granted, I don't think James Harden deserves a graceful exit.
I was about to say, we're going to be debating if you're going to stand on
Kind of been a baby in his career, always requesting trades, not done anything with it. But I don't think, he's a bad player. It's just I feel like he just doesn't fit the Philly system. He needs to be the number one. And
He's a good player until it matters. When it matters,
I don't know. He led the Rockets to the playoffs by himself. No one was on that team.
okay, well, remember when they had a Game 7 where I believe, no, Game 6 or Game 7, one or the other, where they could not hit the broadside of a barn, and I believe, like, I can't remember who was hurt. I can't remember if it was the Spurs or if it was, no. Are you
I
think
talking
it
about?
was Clay and Steph were both hurt, or somebody was hurt, and he could not, no, they lost like a Game 6 in the playoffs.
The reason they lost that series was because Chris Paul went out.
Maybe it was Kevin.
It was Chris Paul went out, and the Warriors ended up winning. But when they had Chris Paul there, Rockets were winning.
But there's another thing I'm talking about. Either way, James Harden, if you look at his stats in the playoffs, you look at his stats in the regular season, he's terrible when it matters. He's terrible. He does not shoot well from the field. The only reason he got those points is because he was able to flop his way to the line. And Ben can talk more about that. But anyways,
he does flop.
To feel any kind of sorry towards James Harden is crazy in my opinion. Sorry, Benji. He's been on 4 teams in the past 3 years, and he's forced his way out of all 3 situations. He was fat and lazy in Houston until they finally traded him. Then he went to the Nets, forced his way out of there after like a year, and now he gets here, and he's playing for Philly. And, you know, Daryl Morey is always taking care of this dude. He's like, I feel like done him justice for the most part. I guess they had a disagreement. But then he goes to China, does an interview, and calls him a liar. Just flat out calls him a liar. Like, keep it in-house, Hoss. Don't be doing that. And then he says he's going to make the situation as awkward and as tough as possible so he gets traded. And he shows up to training camp, pretends like he's going to be there, practices for like a day, and then skips 13 practices. James Harden, nobody wants you. And you want to know why he didn't go to the Houston Rockets? He didn't go to the Houston Rockets. Because of the fact that when he walked in to talk to Ime Udoka, he told him that he wanted to get back to being a number 1 option and leading the league in scoring. And Ime Udoka said, "Okay, we're not gonna do that. We're gonna play team ball around here." Oh, am I boring you, Benji? Am I boring you?
He's got a bet going. It's low-key hidden.
Oh, okay.
No, I'm listening.
Yeah, are you? Listen to this knowledge. Maybe you'll learn for next time we argue.
Listen, Emmanuel Doka, literally, I already said that. I said he didn't fit the system. That's why they didn't want him.
Fit the system was a nice way to put it.
I mean, that's exactly
that you
what he
felt
said.
bad for him.
Yeah, I do.
What is there to feel bad for? He's forced his way out of good situations everywhere he's gone.
Actually, I said I don't feel bad for him. I said I feel bad for great players not having graceful exits. And then I proceeded to say I don't necessarily feel bad for James Harden. He's been a baby, complained over the couple of years. So we did agree.
Maybe you said you were sorry that it's ended the way that it's. But you said something
he was,
in
he
the
was a great
along
player
the lines.
and then kind of has just fallen off, and he's just had not a graceful exit.
But I'm positive about what I'm saying about him in the playoffs. When it comes down to it, and when it's James Harden's time to shine, he does not shine. He falls beneath the pressure.
And you can say the same for Embiid, though. He has done nothing comparatively great to what he does in the regular season and playoffs.
Okay, but you can say that about Embiid, but there's a difference between someone bringing the ball up and someone that's getting down in the post and doesn't have the ball. James Harden always has the ball when he plays.
Embiid brings down the ball quite often, or he was before Harden was there.
No, it's not.
Yeah,
it's not. It's not the same. You know the ball. Like, the ball is in Embiid's hands a lot, but people have to get the ball in his hands and get him in a position to score.
Jokic?
That's typically how it works. But Embiid doesn't do the same as Jokic. Jokic has like 8 or 9. Like, he's 8+ assists. Like, he averages that. Like, there's a difference in how they play.
Embiid could,
but Embiid is not the one typically bringing the ball up the court. Jokic does, because they like his ability to find people.
Murray
open.
brings it up a lot.
Murray does too, but so does Jokic. But did y'all see the video of him checking he was looking at the horses during practice?
Yeah.
That was hilarious.
Freaking
But
Jokic.
no, Harden gets on my nerves. He pisses me off. I wish he'd just disappear. Like, nobody wants him now. Nobody wants him. Like the Clippers won't even throw like a first-round draft pick in there, like, or include Terrence Mann, because he's just not. He's not as good as people are making him out to be. I used to think he was really good.
Didn't they turn down that trade?
No, they're wanting to throw the Clippers in. They're wanting the Clippers to throw a first round or Terrence Mann in, and the Clippers are saying no.
I just remember
Romo,
something
stop.
first round pick swap, and Terrence Mann or something.
Something like that.
But
Why would you want someone that's going to quit on you in a year, anyways?
I don't.
I mean, that's how he does. He decides that he doesn't want to play anymore, and then he doesn't show up. No, say what you got to say over there.
No, I mean
Nothing.
I mean,
was gonna say we can move on to Jordan.
I mean, I think we're all in
Okay.
agreement for the most part there, though. I mean, none of us want James Harden on our teams.
Yeah.
So
I don't even know why we're Benji. Why are we talking about Jordan Poole in the preseason?
Jordan Poole's winning MVP.
You talking about for the year he's going to
Oh,
win
yeah.
MVP?
Maybe MIP the most part.
Oh my gosh. Oh
Not
my
seen, bro.
gosh.
29 points in the first half.
preseason, bro.
So everyone's still playing.
Says the person that was like, "Oh, well, it's the preseason. Why should we talk about NBA?"
Yeah, but it's Jordan Poole, man. You should like Jordan Poole.
It's
I love
it's
Jordan
Jordan
Poole.
Poole, man.
I do like a certain aspect of Jordan Poole, and all those who know me know what I'm talking about. He turns up when it matters, and something helps him do that. But hey, all power to him. But nah, bro, it's Jordan Poole, man. I ain't selling him. He can go. I don't care where he goes. I don't care how many times he gets the basketball. You put up a shot, I'll live with it.
Romo, stop.
I
You're
ain't
about
too,
to get
I
your
ain't too
butt
worried
beat.
about it.
Stop.
I mean, are you worried about him?
No.
Yeah, me either.
No, he's with the Washington Wizards. What's he going to do there? I mean, let's just be honest here. I will give him this. He went to Golden State and was a second scoring option. That shows that Jordan Poole is a good player. But to say I'm worried about him, no. I'm worried about the Bucks. I'm worried about the Bucks.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm worried about the Bucks. That's about it. But I'm not even really worried about him because I mean, so Benji for some reason is wearing a Knicks pullover and puts on the notes "Magic winning it all." Someone please explain
Yeah,
this
can you
to
explain
me.
that?
That was supposed to be for the playing, not winning.
Oh,
Yeah.
Oh,
I think they'll
okay.
have a good chance. I think a lot of the good teams are just not going to want to play their players during it, and I think Magic are one of those outside the good teams, but are all super young and got Paulo Banchero,
See, they'll get penalized.
Wagner. Yeah,
They'll be penalized if they don't play their players, though. We need to talk about that too.
yeah,
Did y'all see that? With the commission rules changed. Where
yeah. But I
essentially-
feel like it's still like even if they play them, I think there'll be like a little leeway with like the in season whatever, but in season play-in tournament. But I don't think maybe regular season games.
But how long is there a play? Is there a play limit? I haven't seen that yet. I'm gonna read it whenever we're done. But
There's not a play-in limit, so essentially they said they're going to start penalizing players and like taking salaries away and like different stuff if they don't play when they're not hurt because they're tired of the load management stuff. So they're getting rid
Yeah.
of that. If you're actually injured, you can stay out, but if you're faking an injury or you're quote unquote injured and not really injured, playing with like a little bruise, like they're saying like play because what they've run into is that fans are paying thousands of dollars to take their family to games and then they don't even get to see their favorite player, which is terrible. Like, I mean, and I know stuff happens and sometimes you're not able to play, but if you're able to play and you just choose not to, you get paid millions and millions of dollars. Get your butt up and go play.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, I agree with that.
I think it's a good turning point to the NFL since we talking about your Cowboys.
No. We got to talk about because the season starts Wednesday. We don't do the pod until Thursday. We need to talk about who our favorites are coming out of the East and the West. And so, I mean, I think we're gonna go 2, and then we're gonna go championship, and then we're gonna go who wins it all. I mean, I think mine's obvious now. Drew Holiday, Kristaps, JT, JB, D. White, Al Horford. I mean, we are the best team by far. Our starting lineup could all make the All-Star game. I mean, we have that good of a team. So for me, it's
I don't think
easy.
they can all make it.
It's easy for me. Like they all are very good players, is what I'm trying to say. But and not to mention our front court and our back court are just. I mean, we got defense. Kristaps was like 3rd in rim protection. Granted, he is 7'3", but still, he was 3rd in rim protection. And Drew Holiday was first team defensive. Derek White was second team defensive. Like that right there will get you wins. when you got Al Horford coming off the bench too, I think we're going to go with our small lineup. I think that's what we're going to do. But I'm going Celtics and Bucks. I think that was pretty obvious. But I'm going to go Celtics will advance to the finals. And this is not even biased. This is just our team is so good. And then
Not biased.
the West.
Our team is so good.
The West is going to be. Ooh, this one's a little tough. This one's a little tough because LA got better. I'd say LA got better. They didn't get worse. LeBron is a year older though. He's a year older. I'm wondering if we'll get 65 games out of him. Do you think we'll get 65 games out of him?
Maybe.
And what about AD? What about
About the same.
always DMP?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So I don't think I think the Grizzlies will take a step back. That's what I think will happen. I think you're going to run into probably
Well, Jaw suspended too.
well 25 games, but they got Smart now. That's the only thing that kind of sucks with all the moves that have been going. So we don't got our boy Smart to piss off Ben when we make it to the playoffs.
Gotta love floppers.
But anyways, so I'm gonna go LA and Denver again.
No defense, no bench.
No defense, and there's only one ball.
See,
There's only one ball.
My thing with that is I think people are really underestimating the Bradley Beal thing. I think he's going to be there. You think Bradley Beal is putting up 30 points per game seasons against the number one defender. Now he's going to be going up against the team's third best defender. I just don't think there's going to be.
Well, no, I get your point, but that also requires KD to stay healthy, which we have not. There's times where KD gets hurt, and he's a year older. He talks about how he is committed to basketball, but doesn't really want to do the leadership role in that, And I'm wondering now that Chris Paul is gone, who's really going to be the leader? I mean, we're going D-Book. I mean, D-Book can be the leader, but I don't know. I mean, I think we said the same thing about the Nets. And look at how that turned out,
I don't see D-Book being the leader, or at least I don't see KD listening to anybody. Yeah. And KD kind of does what KD wants to do, but he is one heck of a player, though. I will say that.
I'm gonna go ahead and finish this. So I'm gonna go with, you know what I think we may have in the first time in a long time?
A repeat?
A Celtics versus Lakers in the finals. It's gonna be 2008 and 2009 all over again, but I think the Celtics are going to win it all this year. This is their year. Wish I had Henry. Shout out Henry. Wish I had Henry to argue with. He could tell me how Golden State and Chris Paul were going to make it, but nah. I'm going to go Celtics. Celtics will win. That will beat the Bucks in 6, and then we'll beat the Lakers in 6. So 6 and 6. I'm going Celtics to win it all. What do you got, Ben?
So I also have the Celtics and Bucks as my top 2 from the East. I just don't see any other Eastern team competing in all reality. Maybe the Sixers, but Embiid until he shows he's a grown man to me, and if whatever Harden does, he's just going to have to play big ball, and I don't think Embiid can do it. He'll be on the ground most of the game. So those are the 2 front runners for me in the East, and I think I'm going to take the Bucks over it. I think they have a better shot of being healthy. I think both these teams are about equally balanced. I mean, they both have a crazy 5 or 6 people they can choose to play. But when it comes down to the end of the season, who's going to be healthy? And I think the Bucks will be more healthy than the Celtics. So I have the Bucks going on to the conference final. I don't see Kristaps Porzingis playing all season long. He doesn't. He never does.
It's like it reminds me of Robert Williams. But the beautiful thing about that is we got Al Horford that can step in.
Yes, Al Horford will. But unfortunately, you lost Brogdon, which was huge off your bench. Robert Williams, which is huge in the rim protection.
He didn't play half the time, though.
But when he played, and just like you loved him, I remember you loved him. And his presence is very widely known when he plays. And it's a very big help, and he's not there. And then I don't like Marcus Smart, but he was a good ball handler for you.
Are you really giving Marcus Smart credit right now?
On offensive, yeah. Sure, his defense was spotty, but he would just flop. And
spotty?
You can
Dude
just
won
flop
Defensive Player of the Year last year.
Yep, most flops in the NBA
you need to flop that over.
Can be Defensive Player of the Year if you flop the most.
I think you need to flop it.
Yeah,
So-
defense.
Player.
You get him. I'm not. I won't.
Marcus
I won't
Smart can stay on the floor. He's a giant baby little girl like Embiid. So I have no respect for big men who will fall.
Definitely, you had it flop, Ben. He's terrible on offense, but was definitely one of their best of probably defenders on the Celtics last year.
Yeah, he's really good at selling calls. That's all it takes these days.
No, he's actually really good at defense, which is why he won Defensive Player of the Year. And I will say this about Smart: when nobody else is scoring, Smart will score. He will score. He'll make you some timely threes.
How are you a spotty defensive player and win Defensive Player of the Year?
Yeah, that doesn't make any sense.
No.
You cannot say that he just won it because he flopped all the time. You cannot say
No.
that. That is the
Then why does Embiid not win it? Why does Embiid not win it, Ben?
Because Embiid doesn't play all season long.
Okay, Marcus Smart. I wouldn't say
Yes,
Marcus
he
Smart played
basically
every
did.
single game.
He basically did all season last year.
And you cannot say that
So-
because you want to know why Embiid won MVP
Mhm.
and he didn't play all last year. Embiid was in the run for MVP the year before. He didn't play all last year. You cannot use that excuse as to why he
Hey,
didn't win Defensive Player of the Year.
I don't care. I don't think he's that good. And I think he's going to do nothing here on Memphis. And you're going to be like, oh, who's Marcus Smart?
Oh my
So-
Lord.
You talk about good systems, right? He fit the system.
Baker Mayfield, Derek Carr.
Hey, what
This
what
is
has
how
Baker
it
Mayfield
always goes.
what has Baker Mayfield done these last 3 weeks? Oh, wait a second.
I didn't say he was the second coming of
Oh.
Jesus. I didn't say he was the second coming of Jesus, but he's better than you give him credit for.
Oh, he's a system quarterback because he's not one that can lead a team. That's who he is. And everyone knows it. I mean, look at him. He's on another team, another year, and the Bucks are what now? 3-3? Is that what they are? Or 3-2? And they're just going down. Baker's last 3 games, he has at least 1 pick in all 3, and he has done nothing. Sure, he had a really good, what was it, first week or second week? He had a really good game. But after that, nothing.
I would pull my phone
So-
out and kind of throw some stats your way, but I don't have my phone with me, so I'm just not even going to worry about it.
That's
But,
good.
Okay,
And
finish
then
finish your picks.
From
Finish
the
your-
West, I have the Nuggets going back. I just don't see anyone stopping Jokic. Jokic and Murray's duo together is just ridiculous. I think a lot of people like Jokic too. I'm one of those. I like Jokic. I'm not a Nuggets fan, but he's fun to watch. And then I'm probably going to say, as much as I don't want to say it, probably the Lakers. They have, man, I could think 9 people deep or something like that on their team. They have a bunch of players that could start on other teams. It's just whether or not they're going to be healthy. Like you said, LeBron, AD probably won't play all season, but they still have a really good team all around. And I'm going to go Nuggets, Lakers, and I'm going to say the Nuggets top them. And then it's going to be Bucks, Nugs, and I think the Bucks will take it. I think whoever comes out of the East is going to take it this year.
I'm just gonna keep mine short. I don't really need to discuss it. Bucks and Knicks are coming out.
So loud.
Don't worry about it. Knicks coming out. Don't worry about it. And then West gonna be Nuggets and Phoenix. I feel like.
So the terrible picks, they go over not only in football, but they go to basketball as well. Okay.
Don't worry about it. Trust the process.
Who you got winning?
Bucks versus Nuggets. Bucks win.
Okay, so he's got the
we
Bucks.
can have our finished debate of who's better, Jokic or Giannis, because that's what everybody talks about. It seems like.
That's fair. I'm gonna have to go. That's hard too. I think Jokic does more on an overall basis, but then Giannis does more on the defensive side. So I think on
I take
offense,
Giannis.
yeah, I think I'm gonna have to agree with you because I think Giannis can rebound, Giannis can pass, but doesn't really need to.
I just don't think you can stop him. Like
Yeah.
Jokic is like a quiet 30, 15, and 10, but then Giannis is like a
But that 10, that
I'm gonna,
extra
I'm
10
gonna
he
just,
throws
I'm
in.
just gonna destroy you, and you just can't stop it type thing.
That extra 10 he throws in though with the assist. I mean, that is crazy for a big man to average a triple double. That is crazy to me.
And I'm a little different there. That's very close, like we're all thinking here. And I mean, this can just be a pick your player preference. You know, this is one of those. But I'm going Jokic because of the extra numbers, the extra stat line he puts up, but his impact. I mean, obviously both of them are probably the 2 best players in the league. But Jokic putting up a triple double like every game, and he doesn't even have Giannis' speed. You can argue that he doesn't have his strength or his jumping ability, but Jokic can still shoot threes. He can shoot mid-range. He still gets points in the paint, kind of like you were saying, a quiet 30, a quiet 30, 15, 10, and you're like, oh, well, that's just Jokic. He's just out there always doing it, and we're just used to it now. So I'm going Jokic. It's got the slight for me.
Okay, I think I'm gonna have to. I'm gonna move on and do this really quickly, just that because I want to ask them a question. I think I'm gonna go. I think I'd go with Giannis, just kind of with some of the things that Benji said, and I think he's better on the defensive side. So I think I'm gonna have to go with Giannis. But I wanted to ask y'all, did y'all see any of the like player rankings that they had? So they came out with like a list.
I saw it. I saw the list.
And trying to find the list, but I think it was like they had. It was AD, LeBron. That was the Lakers were the only team that had two people in the top 10. Jason Tatum,
It's
Kevin Durant.
Shea was at 4, I think, on that list. Yeah.
Yeah, because I saw it on. I think
Shea
I saw it on
was
first
like
take.
at 4.
He wasn't at 4. Luka, I think it was Luka at 4, and then Shea was at like 7 on the one I saw.
Maybe. I can't remember. It's been like a week.
Because I think here's how it went. I think it went Giannis, Jokic, Embiid, Steph, AD, Jason Tatum, Kevin Durant. Oh, I forgot Luka. No. My list is close. They had LeBron I think they had LeBron below Kevin Durant and Jason Tatum. They had Jason Tatum at 7, 8, and then I think Shea was at 10. But Luka was somewhere in the mix. Okay, but I was close.
We should probably just move on to NFL now. It's been
okay. That's fine.
We've talked quite a bit.
That's fine. Okay, so now we're going to talk about NFL. Are the Cowboys? Are they back on track, Ben? We'll speed this up. Are they back on track?
No, we're right where we left off. Sure, great win. Played the Chargers, who arguably are a good team, probably make playoffs, but spotty game, still a couple same issues. No, for me, short-term answer, no. Same.
What do you think, Benji?
No.
No, I'm not gonna say we're back. I thought Dak played an impressive game, even though he played against a terrible defense in the secondary. I thought Dak made plays with his feet, which is what I liked. I haven't seen that in years. Dak making some plays with his feet. I like that. But I mean, I'd say it was a good win, but I wouldn't say we're like back. I don't even know what we're back to, but
Back to the Cowboys.
I thought it was a good win. I thought Dak looked fairly well, and I thought Pollard with that big play was really, really cool. I don't know how he didn't score on that, but but anyways, so there was no undefeated teams after this week. San Fran lost, missed a field goal. Philadelphia Eagles, Jalen Hurts throws a pick.
3 picks.
Well, I'm talking about to basically end the game. Which one was more disappointing in your opinion, Ben? Was it the Eagles losing to the Jets or San Fran's loss to why can't I think of who they lost to?
Browns,
yeah. Which one was more depressing, I guess, worse?
I'll give you the run of mine opinion here. I think the more depressing one was the Eagles' loss. The Jets have not looked as well as the Browns. The Browns' defense is number 1 ever in least amount of yards given up in their first 5 or 6 games, whichever it was. No other team has given up less yards than the Browns team defense right now, which is crazy. Their defense has been incredible. McCaffrey got hurt, set out for a little. Trent Williams was hurt, set out. Debo got hurt, set out. So his weapons are limited, although I still think they should have got the job done. But the Eagles, yes, they lost Lane Johnson, but they still had Devontae, Goddard, Brown, Swift, Hurts. None of them got hurt. None of them. Their offense should have scored more on the Jets, especially if our Cowboys can destroy the Jets, and I think the Eagles would beat us. So I think the Eagles' loss is more disappointing.
Probably going to go with Niners' loss. I think the Niners are the best team in the league. I don't think the Niners' defense is terrible. I think they're a pretty good defense, and they still let the Browns put up that much. I think it's
backup.
Huh?
With the backup.
With no Chubb. 0 offense, and the Niners did that. So I think it's that's a more upsetting loss than the Eagles, because the fact that Niners always have a good defense, and they let a third string Browns offense put that many points up on them. So I think that's more.
You know they didn't score over 20, right?
But
But,
still, that's
I
20,
agree.
That's 20 points.
1,000%. Hold up. You know what the difference
And
between
Ben, that's like why I think that loss is way. You just hate the Eagles, man. Like that's the only reason why you're saying that. Yeah, it's really that's
The
really
Eagles.
it.
The Eagles have their weapons. Look at the Niners got hurt. The Browns' defense. Are you going to take away that their defense is number one?
It's still the fact that the Niners still almost won without all of that, and they still couldn't pull it off. They still had them for most of the game. It wasn't like first second of the game they got hurt. Are you gonna sit there and say it was? Because it wasn't.
Debo did.
No, it wasn't the first second of the game.
No, not the first second of the game, but Debo got hurt in the first half.
Okay, that's still he put almost an entire front half. Jeez, had McCaffrey play almost a full half.
Okay.
But then it's still the fact that
Who else is there? Who's the other receivers besides
I
Ayuk?
think Benji's having a hard time saying first half.
Yeah, I think
it's still the
he's-
fact that
he's
that's
stunned.
That's
the
just
front half.
I'm too much into golf lately.
But what
Playing
about
on
the Eagles? Are they not close to the Niners? And
Yeah, but I
numbers?
still think you're sitting there saying the Jets have a great defense too. They may not be
not even close to the Browns defense, bro. Browns defense is number one right now.
But
by
I'm still.
far.
Are you still saying?
that's
Yes.
what you're
Look
saying
at
is
look at
silly.
look at the
It-
Cowboys. We destroyed the Jets.
No.
Patriots.
I'm agreeing with Benji.
Nah,
Yeah.
bro. Patriots are close to the Jets. They almost beat the Jets. The Jets are not that good.
Okay. But to say that, because the way you're making it sound, like the Jets
Defense is
the
terrible.
Jets
That's what
is
you're-
not their defense is the only thing that keeps them in games right now. The Cowboys just played well, and Zach Wilson was not playing good at all. It was 3 and out. Zach Wilson has played better the past 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Give Zach Wilson some credit. And Zach Wilson had 199 yards. He did not throw an interception. He gave the ball. Breece Hall is starting to look good. The Jets are a good
If they-
team now.
if
the
it-
Eagles, like I can understand them losing. I cannot understand San Fran losing.
Still the fact that if the Browns defense just to fiddle with your points here. If the Browns defense is so good, then how do the Niners almost beat them with third string players, Ben? If their defense is so good. If their defense is so good, then how do they still almost do that?
Because the Niners, yes, like you said, they are very good. They're probably arguably the top team in the league. But who's under them? Philly, right? 1 and 2. So if you want to put San Fran at 1, you want to put Philly at 2? All right, fine. I get it. San Fran's 1. But here's the thing. Here's the thing, though. You got the Jets who are 3 and 3, the Browns who are 3 and 2. You look at the Browns and Jets. Which one is a better team? Who has played better this season? Browns.
If you put in Deshaun Watson, I'll go Browns. But if you don't have Deshaun Watson
Yeah,
and
if
you
you don't
have
have
somebody
Desha-
by
if
the
you-
name
if
of
you-
Walker
if you
playing,
don't
then
have-
no.
If you
Deshaun Watson has not played good all year.
Deshaun Watson had a good game before he got hurt.
Yeah.
He almost threw for 300 yards.
He
and
had
like
he had
three or-
he,
three
he's
or-
had he had two decent games. I don't know
Bro,
what you're talking about.
Deshaun Watson is still better than
I would've-
Walker.
Yes.
And Zach Wilson has been picking it up. Like he played
Yeah, I
his
don't-
best game against Kansas City, and then like he's not a bad quarterback as of now. He's like a decent quarterback.
I think the Browns with Chubb and Watson are way better than the Jets, but I think right now I would probably pick Jets over Browns.
Yeah, the Jets are a
as
better,
the better
team.
team.
Without Deshaun, the Jets are a better team. The Browns have a better defense. I would say the Browns do have a better defense overall.
I think the
But opponents has to do with that too, Ben. It's not just like opponents have to do with that.
Yes, but they actually played well. They've already played the Ravens too.
I'm gonna say I don't think the Browns defense is as good as everybody's putting it. Yes, the stats show it, but I don't think this Browns defense changed that much from last season. Their defense is always top 15, but I don't think this is a number 1 defense team.
I don't think they'll end the year as number 1 defense.
No.
I do agree with that. I think the Jets and the Browns they're in similar situations. They both are starting a backup quarterback right now, and they both have a really good defense. But I will say I do think that the Browns have more firepower at the receiver position, and I do think right now the defense of the Browns on paper is playing better, yes, but the Jets have played, in my opinion, harder teams.
Yeah.
And teams that are more offensive oriented, and that's how they're going to beat you. Like like, I mean, I'm saying the Cowboys. The Cowboys scored 38, but some of that was on Zach Wilson and like mistakes the Jets made. Let's see, they played the Bills, they played the Cowboys, they played the Eagles. I mean, that right there. That's
Yes, they have had a
arguably
harder
3
schedule.
top 5 teams. Arguably, you know, and throwing Cowboys in there, but I mean, like the Cleveland Cavaliers have had an easier. Cleveland Cavaliers.
Browns.
The Cleveland Browns have had an easier schedule so far, so their defense is going to look better because they've played easier teams.
Yeah, they've played slightly easier, yes, but I'm telling you, by the end of the season, they're a lot better than.
Why don't y'all make a bet? Make a bet on that.
I bet they'll finish higher than the Jets will.
Make a bet on
So.
that.
Just like from my boy Henry. Telling you.
Yeah. Cool vibe. Cool vibe. Okay. I wonder if you can see us. Hold up. Let me look.
No idea.
All right, moving on to pick'ems.
No, yeah, let him check the light.
Who do you think is going to win tonight? Jags versus Saints.
Jags.
I also think the Jags are going to win tonight. What do you think?
What is it?
Jags versus
Jags,
Saints.
Oh, go Kamara. Go Kamara. Go Kamara. But I'm going to go with the Jags.
I think it's going to be 2017, Jags money line, Travis Etienne, anytime touchdown score.
I have no idea what the score is. I think Benji does have
7-3.
Okay, 7-3. Who's winning right now?
Jags.
With
Okay.
Travis Etienne already having a touchdown. So
Okay. I'll play you this week, don't I? Yeah, I think I'll play you in fantasy this week. But 3-game winning streak right now, but going strong. Anyways, okay, Browns versus Colts. I'm going to go. I think Deshaun's back. We didn't talk about Richardson's out for the season, but
Yeah, he
he
is.
is gone. I'm going to go Browns.
I'm going Browns as well. Browns, Colts.
Browns then.
Okay, Bills versus the Pats. I'm going to go with the Bills.
I'm also going Buffalo.
Bills. Commanders, Giants.
Yeah, he was goofing off over there. Commanders versus Giants. I'm going to go with the. You know what I did like? I'm going to go with the Giants. The Tyrod Taylor needs to be starting over Daniel Jones. That's all I'm saying.
I'm going Commanders. I didn't think they'd beat Atlanta, and I think they can spark into the Giants.
Yeah, I'm also going Commanders here.
All right, I'll be separated on this one. Lions versus Ravens. This one is going to be a good discussion, I believe, but I'm going to go with the Ravens.
Damn. I'm also going with the Ravens.
NFC North, baby. Let's go Lions.
Okay. This might be why you're down on the pick'ems. Watch me say that, and then the Ravens get beat by like 12, something like that. Raiders versus Bears.
Is Fields playing before?
This ain't even worth a discussion, to be honest with you. I mean, I'm Raiders.
Bears, baby. I'm going to live and die by them.
Falcons versus the Bucks.
I think
I'm gonna go Falcons.
Baguette's going to do great. I think
Baguette.
he's going to do great.
I'm going Bucks.
Go Falcons.
All right, Steelers versus the Rams. I'm gonna go Rams all the way.
Yeah, Rams.
Rams as well.
All right, Cards versus the Hawks. So not St. Louis Cardinals. What am I talking about? Seattle Seahawks, Arizona Cardinals. I'm going Seattle.
I'm going Seattle.
Seattle as well, even though DK Metcalf is questionable.
Packers versus Broncos. I don't even know anymore. I was very high on the Packers, and now I'm just not there anymore.
Jordan
Y'all
Love.
go first. Y'all go first.
So, I'm gonna go. Yeah, I'm gonna go Packers.
Packers as well.
I got the Broncos. Okay, Chargers versus the Chiefs. I'm going to go Chiefs.
Going Chiefs.
I'm also going to go Chiefs.
Dolphins versus Eagles. I'm going Dolphins.
This should be a good one, and I think I'm gonna go Philly.
I think I'm also going to go Philly.
I think the Dolphins are going to get a good road win. It's been a long time coming that they get one. So, 49ers versus Vikings. I am going to go 49ers.
49ers.
Niners.
Is that it?
That's it.
All right.
Put this all in.
All right.
Guess that's all for this week.
So the Cowboys do not play this week.
Nope, we're in a bye.
So we are not talking about the Cowboys next week, more than likely. Unless somehow Jerry finds a way to get them in the news, which is 50-50 chance that happens. So, thank you for watching the Terrible No Good podcast. We hope that you like this video. We hope that you subscribe. We hope that you turn on those notification bells. We also hope that you comment. We hope you let us know how we're doing, what you're thinking, what you're feeling, what should we change, what should we do different, what should we add.
He didn't even start
Give
throwing
us
Calvin Ridley.
all that stuff, give us everything we need to talk about. And I'm behind one episode. I got to post it. And we also got to get the punishment. We've got to get one of y'all. It's between y'all two, whoever said play first. But it was one of y'all two. I know it was. We got to figure that out on one of the previous. We got to watch it back, see who said play first. And you've got to walk in Walmart for at least 10 minutes with toilet paper hanging out your shorts.
I'm fine with that.
So, and we'll video that. And I think what I'm going to start doing, just to save time, the punishments will just start being on our Instagram. I'm just going to make a separate clip, and I'll put the punishments on our Instagram. So, follow us there at the Terrible No Good podcast. But I think that's all. Is that it?
Yeah, that should be it.
Peace
Love.
and happiness. Apparently, women like to get beat around, though. Yeah, we do. I think you missed my joke to go along with yours. Something coming. I think you missed my joke. That's what she said.